Good evening, and welcome to the Positive Sports Podcast. I'm your host this evening, Ed Montana. Alongside me today, no funny business, just my brother today. My brother Alex, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing better than your coffee cup. Bro, can you get a little more manly with the coffee mug?
It's white.
Yeah, with like funny curtain designs on it.
Yeah, I don't know where we got that one from, but it's really not good. My coffee mug game is
You gotta step that up.
hurting.
You gotta step it up, man. I mean, people are watching.
That's right. People are watching, and it's not pretty.
Speaking of watching, there was not much to watch today.
Well,
Game 1 of the Eastern Conference Finals.
yeah.
Boston Celtics, right? Coming off a pretty dominating series win against the Sixers.
The Cavs as well against the Raptors.
The Cavs as well, right? And you got LeBron, who's been dominating Boston the past few times they've met in the playoffs. And what was more shocking, the result or LeBron getting called for a travel during the game?
The result, for sure. You know, I swear sometimes ESPN has the kiss of death whenever they start going off on something to preview a series. All they talked about was how dominant LeBron has been against the Celtics, and of course today he did absolutely nothing, and the Celtics pretty much ran roughshod over him. Look, this Celtics team is I keep saying it, but I'm more excited for them next year than I am this year, although they may make it exciting all the way because they mean business. They played extremely well against the Sixers. They didn't look so hot in that first series, but now it seems like they're really catching on to their rhythm of this whole playoff thing, and they look fantastic today. They ran the Cavs out of the building, and but Jason Tatum and Rozier and Brown, they've got a big three, and they've got two big names on the sidelines. I'm telling you, I'm more excited for next season.
Who would have thought, right? You would have your best two players on the sidelines. They were both in the starting lineup game 1 against the Cavs in the regular season.
That's right.
Right. Hayward went out with an injury, and then a month left in the season or so. Kyrie Irving goes out, and it's pretty much how I said that it. Not that it would go, but how it would bring the Celtics to the cream of the crop is Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown have to play like they're veterans, and they're rookies. Yeah. Well, Jaylen Brown has a year in. Tatum is a rookie, but I mean they're playing like grown men, and the rest of the team they're playing really complete game and complete team ball.
The other thing that's getting missed in all of this, well, a little bit, not a lot, but it is getting missed a little bit. I think is Al Horford. He is a true veteran. He's been in big games in college and big games in the pros, so he knows how this goes a little bit more, and he has really been the steady hand for the team. He's come up clutch in crunch time situations, and it's been very good. The other thing that I think people we're just completely missing, and he probably likes it this way, I think Brad Stevens is doing a masterful job with that team. Just to hear the way he talks to them during timeouts, it doesn't matter how good or how bad things are going. There never seems to be a sense of panic. He always is, looking at that next play, looking at that next possession, coaching them through, really guiding them with a steady hand. I mean, he looks like he's 12, but he's been in some big games. He's been coaching for a while. He's been in Boston for a while now. Yeah. It's not like it's his first year. And he is doing just a masterful job with that team. I'm surprised that we don't talk about him more. In terms of Coach of the Year and stuff like that, although winning Coach of the Year sometimes isn't the best thing.
No, it might get you fired actually.
Yeah.
But I don't know how does that work. Are they gonna mail him the Coach of the Year award, or are they gonna actually have a press conference?
Like, are they gonna bring him back for a ceremony to hand him the Coach of the Year?
I'm gonna look. Here's my address. Just mail it to me.
Yeah. I feel for that guy, but I also think it's the right move for Toronto. When you have as many good seasons as they've had, and this year, what was it, 59 wins, I think?
Yeah, close to 60.
59 wins and coming away with not even a trip to the conference finals, it's time to do something different. And quite frankly, I don't know that DeMar DeRozan and Kyle Lowry are the guys to lead a franchise to the promised land. They may be more secondary type role players.
Yeah.
they can be a part of a big three, but not the head of the big three. Kind of like a Kevin Love, right?
Right.
It seems to me that those guys may be more in that line. Neither one of them exhibits true leadership skills, and I think that's what we're seeing in their getting eliminated by the Cavs.
Yeah, I don't put it all on Dwayne Casey. I mean, those players. I mean, they didn't even show up, man. I mean, it's just, yeah, it's not a good. There's not good team chemistry there. But who cares about the Raptors? They are eliminated. And on the other end, the Cavs. Look, man, these players are gonna have to step up for LeBron. LeBron can't do it all. I mean, he can, but you got to help him out. You know, they miss so many wide open shots, and it's been the theme all for most of the season, and even in the playoffs when they played against the Pacers. The Pacers pushed them to 7 games, so they're pretty vulnerable.
Yeah,
you know?
And in my opinion, it comes down to Kevin Love. Kevin Love has to almost play like a number one. I mean,
Well, look what happened.
I think you can win a series with 2 guys. You know, with 2 guys dominating a series, I think you can do it. So Kevin Love, you can't wait for those other guys to step up and just chip in. You got to have another guy who's going to bring 20 and 10 solid every night and good on both ends of the floor. And that guy has to be Kevin Love. It has to be.
I agree.
You can't depend on anyone else on that team. So Kevin Love has to step up. And part of it, too, I think is, to me, it's a bit of a coaching situation because I think if Kevin Love doesn't get touches early, if you don't get him going early, he tends to just kind of fade away and just kind of blend in with everybody else. And that's on Tyronn Lue, and that's on LeBron James. When you're the absolute tip of the spear on that team, you have to find a way to get him involved, regardless of what the coaching situation is or regardless of what the game plan is. You have to know, hey, I need this guy plugged in early and often in order for us to win this game. You got to get him going, and that's my problem with this team. Is I don't think, as good as LeBron is, I think sometimes LeBron loses focus of what that is, and I don't think they're a well coached team. I still believe this, and we should let bygones be bygones. But the guy they had before was the right coach. He was the right coach. That guy was a pure technical coach.
Yeah.
That's what they needed. Let LeBron handle the attitudes and stuff. Let the team massage itself in terms of egos and whatnot, the softer side of managing a basketball team. The coach was a technical genius. He was the guy they needed, and he's the guy they need right now, I think.
Yeah. You stole my thunder. I completely think that
I've often thought I could do this show without you.
Yeah, well, it's never gonna happen again. So don't get used to it. But no, yeah, absolutely. If you noticed in one of the games against the Raptors, they started off the game going straight to Kevin Love, and he scored he had like 10 points in the first quarter. So yes, absolutely, you're right. Kevin Love needs to be part of the game plan, and they almost need to game plan around him. Let LeBron bring up the ball as the point guard. And find the open people, but make him the primary option.
You don't have to game plan for the best basketball player on the planet. You got to game plan for the other fools.
That's right.
Fools might be a bit. I apologize. Kevin Love's not a fool.
No, he's not a fool.
He's the rest are.
J.R. Smith, he's a fool.
He's a fool in love. So before the series started, now we've already seen Game 1. My pick before the series, if you recall, was Celtics in 6.
Okay.
My pick after Game 1 is the Celtics in 6. You didn't have the same pick before the series started. What was your pick?
Are you sure?
What was your pick before the series started?
Celtics in 1.
We've got video. You can't.
Oh, we do?
You can't do this crap now. This isn't like back in the pre-Positive Sports podcast days.
Okay. So I'm on the oath here.
It's like being under oath.
Oh man, what
did you say beforehand?
I said that the Cavs will win this series.
That's right.
And I still believe that they will. When you have the best player on earth who's dominated Boston.
Yeah.
Give me the experience with the players. Tyronn Lue will not even matter. LeBron will start coaching the team, and the youngsters over in Boston will fade out a little bit and not. I don't think they have what it takes playing in a Game 6 closeout game, or maybe even elimination game. They're getting eliminated. I don't know that they have the
Oh,
The
you got
closeout.
Promise-
The closeout mentality.
Promise me.
Have you seen LeBron hit game-winning shots against Toronto?
Promise me that you will snippet that comment right there.
Absolutely. Why
you
not?
snippet that
Why
comment
not?
and put it out there in a couple of weeks when we do Positive Sports episode 18 or 19, and we're gonna clip it and put it in there because you're gonna eat those words.
Did you ever doubt Michael Jordan? No, absolutely not. I'm not gonna count out LeBron James. Not gonna do it. No, we're not gonna compare. We're not gonna
Now
compare.
listen, as much as I hate to do this because I hate it when people do this,
We're not gonna compare.
LeBron is not Michael Jordan.
Look, I'm not comparing.
Okay.
I'm
not going there.
I'm ending that right there.
We're
I'm
not
not
going
comparing.
there.
No, absolutely not. But I'm not gonna count out LeBron. No way. After one game.
Well, I never counted him, but counted on him before one game. So after one game, I'm not changing my pick either. Okay. Well, hey, you may eat those words, you may not. We'll see. But I foresee a snippet. We can do the little, the little.
What the heck was that?
When it does
what was that? Do it again. What is this? Halloween?
The little time warp thing.
I guess.
Yeah. For those of you playing at home, when you do a time warp, it's
Woo!
time warp.
Kids, don't practice that at home.
Hey kids, when your parents are yelling at you and you want to go back in time and undo the screw up you just did, just go
and just walk back.
You know there's a bunch of kids gonna get smacked with the head twice now because of that.
Where did you learn this from, son?
Some two idiots.
Ed and Alex. They're pretty cool.
That's hilarious. Now,
So-
the other series,
That LeBron will be facing, right?
this is what we've been waiting for. I can't wait, man. I cannot wait. The minute the Rockets won and I knew we were getting Warriors and Rockets, I was super excited. I've been jacked up all weekend. I cannot wait until tomorrow night to start the series. Warriors, Rockets, finally.
You've ever seen a big hot air balloon?
Yeah.
And just like, you just see it, right? And then when it's done, when it has no more hot air, it just comes down slowly, right? And the basket lands and the balloon just falls and it like a drape and it lays on the floor. That's exactly what this series will be. It will be a letdown.
Deflating. So to speak.
Deflating, yes.
I disagree. I think
Deflategate. It will be deflating.
I think this is gonna be better than the NBA Finals. Whatever the matchup we get in the NBA Finals will not be as good as this matchup. I think these two will go shot for shot, and it's gonna be like one of those classic prize fights, man. Ali Frazier type of fight. It's gonna be 7 games. It's gonna be a battle. The Rockets are gonna win in 7.
I hope you're right. But I have a feeling that we're gonna be let down.
Man, I hope not.
As fans, as much as this series is being built up, I feel the Warriors are gonna beat them easily, at most 6.
Really?
Yeah, I believe so.
I just can't believe that.
I believe so.
I can't. The Rockets, the way they've played all year and what they've shown, even in the playoffs, I mean, they look like they're ready to do something.
When you have so many scoring options like the Warriors do, just so many. I mean,
everyone, right?
Everyone
on the floor that touches the
Yes.
ball can score pretty much whenever they want.
So I don't know, man. But
the Rockets, they don't get enough credit, I think, defensively. All we do is talk about. Obviously, all we do is talk about Chris Paul and James Harden, and James Harden is a scoring machine. That guy just finds a way, and it also helps that they let him travel all the time.
He's got frequent flying miles.
Oh my goodness, he's probably the most egregious one I've seen in a while. But defensively, they play well. Capella plays a good defense. Chris Paul does as well. I think defensively they don't get as much credit. I think they're going to give the Warriors everything they can handle. And, there is a little bit of an advantage, I think, for the Rockets. A, they have home court. But B, also, Steph Curry, he's played well since he's been back, but it's not vintage Steph Curry. It's been I feel like it's been 95% of Steph Curry. Still very good, obviously. But it's not 100% Steph Curry.
So
you know what I
you
mean?
think they've been saving him for this?
I don't know if they've been saving him or if he's just not quite back into the rhythm of it.
Listen, if you're gonna tell me that Steph Curry is at 95%, I'll take it all day.
Well, yeah, no, obviously you take it, but it's still. I think this is the kind of series where everything has to be firing 100% in order to win an advance.
Here's the issue that I have with the series: the Rockets play a lot of iso ball.
Yeah,
it's one-on-ones. The Warriors, they're gonna move that thing around, man, and they have a deep bench. They got a bench that has been there, and they've played together. They've been playing together for 4 years now. So, I think that's gonna override whatever the Rockets have.
The Rockets bench is nothing to sneeze at either.
Well,
both teams are just fantastic, and like I said, I am convinced that whatever series we get in the finals, it's not gonna be nearly as good as this.
Doesn't matter.
No. And quite frankly, I also think that whoever wins this series is going to win the NBA Finals, barring some kind of injury or whatever. I think the Warriors would beat the Cavs or the Celtics, and I think the Rockets would do the same. So, but I don't think I've ever been this excited since the Jordan Knicks days. I don't think I've ever been this excited for our conference finals.
Well, this is. I mean, they've been clearly the top two teams in the West and.
In the league, really, right?
Yeah,
in the league.
So, a lot of 3-point. They might set the record for 3-pointers attempted
in this series. If it goes 7 games, I think easily, right?
They might do it in 4 games.
Yeah, I mean, it won't matter how many games they'll play. At least 4. And
right.
I mean, the way these two teams shoot, is there a better matchup for jacking up threes than these two?
No, not at all.
Aren't they the top 2 teams chucking up threes? I say chucking up, and they're shooting like 45% from 3-point line. I shouldn't say that.
They're hitting.
It's pretty good.
They're hitting those threes.
Shaq's free throw average isn't as good as these guys from the threes. It's crazy, man. But it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be a war. I don't think it's gonna be a letdown at all. I think they're gonna absolutely mash, and it's gonna be fantastic.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Now, they play every other day, right? So we could be talking about this for 2 weeks.
Yeah, I mean, Game 2 might be in 2 weeks.
No, not Game 2.
Okay, Game 3 will be in 2 weeks.
Game 3 might be, yeah.
The scheduling is just so out of whack with them. I just...
Yeah, what are we at? The 13th of May now? So...
Yeah.
2 weeks for this and 2 weeks for the finals. Yeah, first week of June.
Yeah.
I mean, it's...
ridiculous.
It's nuts. I feel like it's a little bit earlier, though. I feel like they used to go into the middle of June.
I don't know. Their scheduling has always been stupid.
It's kind of weird.
So, what else do we have? So, if you guys... let me start off by saying, make sure you guys go and follow my brother on Twitter at eMontana21. You can follow myself, Alex, my whole army, Alex's Army, hashtag that baby. Follow me on Twitter at Brooklyn Gaucho. You can email the show at positivesports10@gmail.com. That's positivesports10@gmail.com. Reach out to us. Let us know your thoughts, your comments, suggestions, whatever you guys got for us. We would love to talk about it.
Alex's Army's been much nicer to me this week.
Yeah, well, I had to call off the dogs. Okay? And in case, if you guys didn't read one of my tweets this past Friday, we have an update here because I wished my brother here good luck. We had big news. He just finished running a marathon where I think he admitted he wasn't at 100%. And which took the 2 pair of balls he has, I think, to run a marathon in the condition that he was in, and in the condition that the marathon presented, right? Cold, rain, windy, and so he'll probably be able to go into better details. But my brother had surgery Friday, and everything came out good. Obviously, he's here sitting down with us.
Nothing would stop me from being here in front of you guys.
I wasn't gonna let you miss anyway. I would have dragged your ass onto that chair.
Would have shown up at the hospital.
Yeah.
There's the laptop and the camera ready to go.
That'd be kind of cool.
That would have been kind of cool.
No, not really. We don't like hospitals. Hospitals and airports, we try to avoid.
Those are probably, that's about right. Airport's not, well, no, yeah.
Yes, because it's waiting and it's frustrating and there's delays and it's just, no.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
So let us know, my brother, what happened, what went on, how did it go? Let us know, because I don't even know all the full details, to be honest with you.
So, no problem. So, I got back from Boston, and I went straight to the doctor, right? Because I knew I had a problem. I had my knee drained right before the marathon, so I'd already been seeing a doctor and stuff. And he said, the doctor said to me, he goes, if it still hurts after the marathon, you probably should come in and see us. Well, it still hurt after the marathon, so I knew I knew it. I knew I was in trouble, so I had to go and whatnot. Shout out to the doctors though; they were very cognizant of the fact that it's kind of funny. Like when we talked about it in diagnosis and see what it was and whatnot, they never really wanted to tell me that I was going to need surgery. They were very respectful and cognizant of the fact that I was about to run a marathon, and they were like. There's no need to tell them that kind of stuff, right? Because if you think about the mind of an athlete, when you're about to go out there and compete, right? Which, in a way, that's what I do, right? I'm competing with myself, but I'm competing. You want to purge all that negative stuff. You don't want to think about anything negative. And that's one of the things that makes it so hard when you're injured and you're going into an event injured is if you have you can't help but battle those thoughts, and it's hard to perform, and it was for me. And so the doctors really didn't want to tell me that I needed surgery, so they were always very careful, and the comment was always, if it still hurts, come see us. Well, I knew I was in trouble, weeks before the marathon. I knew I was in trouble. Obviously, after the marathon, I knew I was in trouble. So I went straight to the doctor when I got back, and they did x-rays and MRIs, and it turns out I had a torn meniscus. Just from laying on the table, the doctor, they bend your leg back and forth, and it was, feels like you may have a little bit of a torn meniscus, but not that bad. Mm-hmm. Well, it turned out to be a little bit worse than I thought. And once we got the MRI and really saw it, which if you've ever had an MRI, have you ever had an MRI?
I never have, no.
Dude, it is freaky cool. Like they show you, obviously it was my knee, but they show your knee and they move it around in different angles and stuff so that you can see the picture on the screen, like it rotates and stuff so that you can see exactly how much is missing and where the meniscus is torn and all this other stuff. But anyway, back to my situation. So it turns out my meniscus was torn pretty bad, almost all the way through at the root, which is a big problem, hence why all the pain. The bigger problem was I had a piece of cartilage ripped off of my femur bone, and so your femur bone, it looks kind of like this at the bottom. That's your thigh bone, and you've got a padding of cartilage around it. And I was missing a section probably about like this big, probably about almost an inch big, and it was just missing. So that bone is constantly banging on another bone, and I had a bruise. So I had a really deep bone bruise. And when I say deep bone bruise, like it was almost the entire knot, that bottom piece of the femur that was bruised. And it looked pretty bad. They showed me my tibia, which is your shin bone, which didn't have any injury. And it's like pitch black, right? Like you just see the outline of the bone on the MRI. And then they showed me my femur, and you could see the outline of the femur, and there's a big old patch of gray. And he goes, that, my friend, is a really bad bone bruise. So what do they do for cartilage, missing cartilage in a bone bruise? For those of you that are a little squeamish, you may want to turn away or turn down the sound. They drill holes in your bone and between the holes they drill in and the solution, the blood comes out. It basically recreates cartilage. Now, it won't recreate 100%, so it won't be as thick as it was before. But it'll be probably 80 maybe even 90% of what it used to be, which is great, right? It'll get me back to running for a real long time. So that's what they do. And so, we went through it. And so finally I had surgery on Friday. Now, I have never had surgery before. I've never been knocked out. I haven't even been knocked out to have my wisdom teeth pulled, right? I still have my wisdom teeth, which is why I'm so smart.
I don't know about that.
So going into surgery there's just no other way to describe it but freaky. And for those of us, I'm not a control freak, but I don't like to not be in control. Like some stuff I can handle, like being on the subway, right? I'm not in control of the driving situation,
right?
But I'm okay with it. In an elevator, in an enclosed space, I don't like that as much. Especially like if I have to go up 70 stories, right? If it's a 10-floor elevator ride, not a big deal. So just that letting go is stressful. For lack of a better word, it's just stressful. And so, they put the gown on you, and you're basically a prisoner to their process.
So you want commando?
No, you know what's funny? You know what's funny about that? This is hilarious. So I get the pre-op call, right?
Uh-huh.
And so they start going, do you have any allergies? You're allergic to this, that, and medical history. And then the lady goes, real nice lady, it's on the phone. She sounds like she's 20 years old. I mean, she sounds like she's right out of school, right? And she says to me, she goes, now, we ask that you wear cotton underwear. And I go, oh, okay.
Fruit of the loom?
I go, okay, And she shares with me, she goes, I know that sounds weird, but we do have a reason for that. Now, I'm the kind of guy that I can have this conversation, be all business, but once you open the door to a question, you better believe I'm going to ask, because I am one curious cat. I am curious.
What are the issues?
So I go, okay, well, now you're going to have to tell me the reason. She goes, well, some materials, rayon or polyester, it interacts with the machines that we have in the surgery room, and so it could cause a spark. So I'm thinking, great balls of fire. I'm not wearing anything but my tighty whities.
You're gonna be on fire.
That's right. My other thought when she said that was, yes, they're gonna let me wear underwear. I don't want to go out. I don't want to go commando.
Yeah, let me put something underneath.
Yeah. So then you go and you're a prisoner of their process. The other part that's kind of cool in the pre-op instructions, they tell you, don't shave anything. And I'm like, okay, makes sense. I was gonna shave my knee, just to help him out, and I would have literally shaved my knee, right, like right where my thigh bone ends and right where my tibia, my shin bone ends. And I shaved all the way around, right, no problem. I get there and they start wanting to put the electrodes on my chest, and the lady goes, "Can you pull back your gown a little bit?" And so I pull it back a little bit, and she goes, "Oh my God!" I'm not kidding. I swear to God, her reaction. "Oh my God, I'll be right back. I gotta get a razor."
A razor or a freaking machete?
She comes back with a razor. She goes, "Yeah, these electrodes aren't gonna stick to all that." And so she shaves these two little spots, and she's very careful, right? She's like, she goes, I don't know where I'm gonna. She's trying to figure out exactly where to do it. I go, lady, just shave an entire line all the way across, and I don't care. And she goes, no, I don't want to do that to you. I'm like, it doesn't matter really. But she insists, and she's super careful, and she shaves out these two little spots for the electrodes. They look like two little eyes. I look down, I go, well, are you gonna shave a little mouth and a nose too? I mean, it looks kind of freaky to just have the two eyeballs there.
How cute.
Yeah, it's adorable. Let's see what else. And then she goes to shave my knee. She doesn't shave my knee. I mean, she shaves like 75% of my leg. I've got like a little ankle bracelet of hair down by my ankle. Thank God she didn't go all the way up to my crotch, but damn near. I mean, she just went... Here, she was very careful. She didn't want to shave too much. Down there,
like
she was running that lawn.
So now what if those spots that were shaved just happened to just grow long as hair.
It's not good. As long as everything else is, it's not going to be noticeable.
Yeah.
Right? The difference between a couple of spots at 2 inches and the other spots at 1 3/4 inches isn't going to be that. I mean,
I wonder why they shave so much on your leg.
I don't know. I don't know, because all they did was.
I mean, what?
It's two. I have two, literally in the middle of my knee. I have 2 little holes. That's it.
Right, the scar can't be that big, right?
There's no scar.
There's no scar.
There's no scar. Apparently, they do something where they stitch it from the inside. Don't ask, because I don't know how they stitch it from the inside. I mean, I could see how they would stitch one side on the inside, but then how do they stitch it? They got to come out of one hole eventually, right? But they stitch it underneath, and literally all I have is a couple of star paper Band-Aids on it, and that's it. That's it. So...
No Hello Kitty Band-Aid?
No, they're just plain white, kind of like the underwear.
Powerpuff Girls?
I wish. So then we're sitting there, and I'm like, well, how long am I going to be in recovery? And the lady goes, well, you'll be in there for about 45 minutes or an hour, but really it just depends on you. She goes, as soon as you got to drink something and eat something, and once we see you can hold something down, we'll let you go. Well, you know me, I want to get the hell out of there. So I come to, right before I make it to the recovery room. I'm like on the way to the recovery room, and I come to, and I'm looking around. I'm a little groggy. I don't feel bad, but I'm just like, what the hell is going on? I get to the recovery room, and I guess I kind of doze off for a little bit. I wake up again. I look over. There's a package of 6 peanut butter cookies and a thing of apple juice.
How fast did those go down?
I want to get the hell out of here. I grabbed all 6 of those cookies and shoved them all in my mouth. Ate them. I mean, just shotgun the apple juice. And I'm like, I'm ready to go. Lady comes, she's like, hold on, I got to give you the post-op instructions. I'm like, hey,
you said.
You said. Once I, look, nothing's coming up. I am done. Get me out of here. And so it wasn't much longer after that. I left. And I've been good ever since,
So how long is rehab and
the meniscus is not a big deal. The meniscus, and I think he said in a couple of days it'll be fine. The problem is the drilling of the holes in the femur is going to require some time, because it's basically like a broken bone, and because it's my femur, which bears so much weight, you can't put weight on it or you run the risk of fracturing it further. So I am going to be on crutches for 6 weeks.
Damn.
Well, 5 weeks and 5 days.
The countdown, is on.
It's on. And then I got 6 weeks of rehab, because I'm sure my right leg will atrophy quite a bit.
No.
So you're looking at a 3-month process for me. So hopefully by the middle of August, I'll be back to, I won't say normal, but I'll be back to running and stuff. Probably no more marathons for me this year. But I'm hoping that I can get back to light training in August, when it's still nice and hot here, so I can start cutting some weight, because I'm going to put on some pounds. Not being able to do anything, I can't imagine I'm not going to put on some weight.
Yeah, it's going to be hard not to, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah. And, I spend a lot of time being careful with what I eat and training and all this other stuff. And I've told myself, I've given myself permission to enjoy whatever I want to eat and just not worry about it, because there's nothing I can do about it anyway. Now, I'm not going to end up being on my 600-pound life or anything like that, but if I pack on 15, 20 pounds, it's okay. I know I can get back to being disciplined when it's time to rehab. Plus, it'll be summertime, running in the heat here. I'm sure I'll drop the weight quickly, and it's just going to be a process. Because really, it doesn't matter whether I put on weight or don't put on weight. After 12 weeks, when I go out and run, it's going to feel like the first time I ever ran.
Yeah.
Right? I'm gonna run a quarter mile, and I feel like I'm gonna feel like I'm gonna die. So
yeah, you're definitely gonna have to ease up into the.
Yeah, ease back into it. And, I'll just start off slow. I'll try to go a mile the first day, and we'll go from there.
Are we getting confirmation here that I have no doubt in my mind that you'll be back and better than ever? Do we have confirmation here that you are gonna run another marathon?
Absolutely,
oh, awesome.
Absolutely.
That's awesome.
I will be back, and I dare to say I will be back even better. I think that my ability to focus and train and diet will be enhanced by this experience, because you know, in having these conversations with doctors and hearing what the results were and hearing about how much time I'll be off and stuff, I've had some dark days mentally where I've just been just depressed is probably overstating it, but not quite, not very far from that. In the when she called me with the pre-op questions, asking me about my health history and stuff, she goes, "Any issues with anxiety and depression?" And I go, "Yeah, I'm anxious about this goddamn surgery, and I'm depressed, and I'm gonna be on crutches for 6 weeks. But I don't think that's what you're talking about." She goes, "No, have you ever been diagnosed?" She was not amused by it at all. She goes, "No, have you ever been diagnosed?" I go, "Well, only because I haven't asked."
You probably scared the bejesus out of her.
She's like, "This guy's a jerk." Yeah, I'm gonna get through this underwear conversation with him. Yeah. I'm out of here. Yeah, so it's gonna be tough. There's no question. It's gonna be tough, but you know, I remember the feeling of crossing the finish line in Boston a few weeks ago, and I remember I remember everything. I remember all the good and all the bad from everything I've done in my training and in my running, in my previous marathons, and there's no way I don't want to experience that again. I think I may have to adjust a little bit the way I train. Certainly here immediately after the surgery or immediately after the 6 weeks in the rehab, but yeah, there's no doubt I'm going to be back, and you know, I still have lofty goals for myself, and I still want to go out and do it.
I think you should. If that is, look, it's just another obstacle in your way. I think that you did good by doing the surgery. You know, I think you would have been worse off if you didn't do it. So, you know, nobody wants to get surgery and have to go to rehab and, you know, wear crutches and, you know, have your brother tell you hurry up, slowpoke.
I can go pretty fast on those crutches sometimes.
Can you?
Yeah.
What's top speed?
I don't know. Yeah, I haven't really
We're gonna
checked.
have to put a speedometer on you.
Oh, that'd be pretty cool. I went to the store the other day, yesterday actually. I went to the store to pick up some stuff, and we were walking back to the car, and I was like, "This is taking way too long," and so I decided to speed up, and I was flying by people. People were like, "Damn, this crutch fool has got someplace to be."
He's got some crutch skills.
That's right. So yeah, hey, look, it's adversity, but you know, that which does not kill you will make you stronger. And like I always say, the juice is worth the squeeze. So this is certainly a big squeeze, but the juice will be worth it on the other side. I will be back. I will be back. Snip at that.
I gotta say, man, like, hospitals are just not fun. I don't care if you're a patient or if you're in the waiting room. It's just no fun. It's equal to the airport. Like, it's just...
Which is worse? What do you think?
Oh, it's got to be the hospital, man.
But that's only because of the circumstance, right?
Yeah.
I'll tell you what.
Well, I don't know. I don't know. You know, if your flight gets delayed a couple of hours and you're traveling from, say, New York to California, that's a 6-hour road trip. That's a 6-hour trip in the air.
Right, and then you got a couple more hours.
Not to mention, you got the 300-pound guys sitting to the left and right of you, and you're in the middle. That's probably no fun.
No.
And you're thousands of miles up in the air.
Or the other thing that's not fun is when you get the guy who's traveling with his sick dog that has puked on him, and he's a chatty Cathy. That happened to me on my last trip. And I had a guy, God bless him, he was nice as can be. He's traveling with some little dog, but I guess the little dog, either the whatever he gave him to calm him down for the flight messed him up, or the flight messed him up, and he had a layover. And
the dog had jet lag?
No, it wasn't jet lag. He had some kind of problem. And apparently, while he was waiting for his next flight, the dog puked on him, and so he didn't smell so good. And so I was like, this is not fun. So
yikes.
I mean, you get all kinds when it comes to being on an airplane.
Neither is fun.
Now the hospital's different. The hospital's obviously bad in a different way, but I'll tell you what, I didn't go to the hospital. I actually went to a surgical center, which very much feels like a hospital. and they were really good. Like, especially in terms of being on time and whatnot.
Which one did you go to?
Metro Post Oak Surgical Center or something.
In
like
Houston?
That. Yeah.
Just outside of Katy.
I forgot about that. Just outside of Houston. I'm glad you're not mad about that. I'm glad you're not mad that we're talking about being just outside of Houston.
Yeah, no, trust me, they know we're just outside of Houston.
We are just outside of Houston. Did you know that?
Hey, they took a survey. Can you guess the 3 bad habits while driving? They did a poll, right? What are the 3 worst habits while someone's driving?
Number 1's got to be texting. Right?
Okay.
Number 2's got to be women putting on makeup. Number 3's got to be guys shaving. Right?
Okay, 1 out of 3.
That's it?
That's it. 1 out of 3. You got the phone, right? Talking, texting.
Right. You
got eating. Yeah. And the last one is, which I love to do, picking your nose.
Oh, man. I see someone picking their nose, I go full Beavis and Butthead, man.
Oh, man.
I am cheering for them to get that big booger. So I want to see it.
Listen, there's nothing better than driving next to a car and it's a lady picking her nose. And I mean, if you're a guy, you already got the routine. You got it down pat. You know how to dig.
Right.
These women are just like digging in there. Dude, it's so funny to look at, man. And it's funny. That same day, I was reading the news online, and they took a survey on that, and that was one of the answers.
That's hilarious. That's absolutely. I thought for sure it'd be women putting on makeup because that's a bad one.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Guys shaving, you see that probably not as much as you used to, but
no. Yeah. Picking your nose, man.
It happens.
So if you do it, you're normal.
I don't do it.
Hey man, if I got a booger, then I gotta pick it, bro.
The phone and texting thing. Oh, I hate to admit, I do it.
Yeah, you should. Well, you should probably do it less now with the banged up knee.
I can drive, man.
You can drive?
Yeah, I drove today.
That's what your other good knee's for.
No, I can drive. Now I probably can't drive with my knee like I do sometimes, but I can drive. I can drive just fine.
If you live in Katy, or just outside of Katy in Houston, and you see my brother, get off the road. Do not drive with him. This guy obviously doesn't know how to drive. Drives with his knee, elbow too.
No,
no,
never done the elbow thing.
Okay, well, there. I just gave him an idea, so he might.
I might try it. It seems kind of hard though.
Yeah, that probably wouldn't work.
That wouldn't work. Well, maybe this should be just the Positive Thoughts podcast because we didn't talk much about sports.
No, we didn't. But that's okay. That's okay. You know why? Because it's our show.
Hold on. Let me check with the boss if it's okay. Yeah, it's fine.
Approved.
Yeah, hold on. Let me get with the manager of the Positive Sports podcast to see if it's okay to talk about hospitals and picking noses.
What they say?
Yep, it's okay.
Cool.
Yeah. Hold on. Let me ask him. Yep, it's good.
We're good.
It's good. Do you want to go to shout-outs?
Let's do some shout-outs. I almost don't have one. I'm so unprepared today.
How many times have we done this show?
I don't know. I don't even know how many times we've done the show. 17?
I swear, half the times you don't have a shout-out. How is that possible?
That's not true. I think
Half
more
the
than
time?
half. I think more than half.
You don't.
I think we've done 16 shows. I think 9 times I've had shout-outs. I've got a lot of shutouts too, back in my day.
Back in your... Of what?
And I still pitch shutouts.
Oh my goodness.
Dude, you should see me on MLB The Show on the PlayStation. I pitch a shutout. It's got to be on rookie level though, but I pitch a shutout.
Rookie ball. Half the time we do this, you don't have a shout-out. Do you want me to go first so you can think of one?
Okay, go first.
All right, I'm going to go first. You're going to be pissed because I'm going to steal your thunder.
No, I really don't have one.
Actually, I have two. One is to Althea and Lucretia at the Metro Post Oak Surgical Center. These two fine ladies took care of me pre-op and post-op. They were absolutely fantastic. Althea was the pre-op nurse, And she noticed that I was pretty healthy, and she's asking me all these questions, and my heart rate's real low and stuff. She asked me, what happened? I said, well, it's from all the years of running. And she said, well, I want to start running too. I said, do me a favor. I said, Althea, I can't run today because I'm having surgery. You go out and run. And she told me, she said, I was planning on going for a run tonight because my husband's working the night shift, and I was going to go for a run after work. And I said, Althea, please do me the favor. This would be the best thing you do for me. In spite of all this pre-op stuff, the best thing you can do for me is go out for a run tonight. Go out and run a little bit, run a lot. I don't care. I can't do it today. I'm going to miss it. Please go out and run for me. She told me she did. And so my shout out goes to her for taking care of me and going out and starting her own running program. She's going to start running. She said she wants to do a little 5K or a little 10K one day. She doesn't know what she's going to do, but she's out there trying and giving it her best. So hats off to her. Lucretia was a doll afterwards. She took care of me, gave me all my post-op instructions, gave me those wonderful cookies and apple juice that I inhaled. But everyone there was really, really cool to be alongside me in not my best moment because it was pretty stressful for me. My second shout out goes out to all of the wonderful women out there that call themselves moms. As a son, I value my mom immensely. She is one of the beacons of light in my life, one of the people that truly inspires me, and one of the people that makes me very grateful for the life that I live. And I'm sure all of us have wonderful moms out there that do the same for them. And so today, my shout out goes out to all of the moms on Mother's Day. May your sons and daughters treat you well and make you happy, as blessed as you have made us. Thank you so much for everything you've done. To my mom in particular, Mom, I love you very much. Thank you for everything. Thank you.
And that's about it. That wraps up the show. It don't get no better than that.
That's right. It really doesn't. Happy Mother's Day to all the moms out
That's
there.
Right.
Guys and gals, this has been an absolute pleasure. My brother asked me before surgery, he said, hey, are you going to be able to do the show on Sunday? I said, man, there is no way I am missing out on being in front of this camera, talking to you, the Positive Sports Podcast fans, and hanging out here with you, my brother.
I wouldn't have taken another answer, to be honest with you.
Yeah, there's nothing better than doing this. There's nothing better than talking to you guys. There's nothing better than sharing our thoughts and our lives with you and with you. And so, if you want to get a hold of us and continue to do that with us, we would be more than grateful. You want to email the show? You can do so. positivesports10@gmail.com. positivesports10@gmail.com. If you want to get a hold of me, you can do so on Twitter @emontana21. And if you want to get a hold of this guy, remember his parting words to you all the time. Don't be a leader, be a follower. Follow him on Twitter @Brooklyn Gaucho. I would spell it for you, but I'm not a spelling guy. I'm a math guy. And with that, folks, we've come to the end of another wonderful show. As always, ignore the negativity. Be the positivity.
Peace.